Hello and welcome to this workshop. My name is Connor Cutright, and today we're going to be learning about patient-professional relationship skills and its effect on rehab adherence in a PT setting. Today I'm hoping to share with you some new mental training skills that can hopefully help increase your rehab adherence in your PT clinic. So I'm going to start off with an overview of what and who this workshop actually pertains to. So this workshop is pretty much going to give physical therapists and physical therapy assistants a chance to learn how to pretty much build relationships and also learn some new mental training skills that hopefully will increase their adherence in their setting. So today we're going to first talk about what actually is rehab adherence and why is it important in a PT setting. And then I'm going to introduce 3 new mental training skills. We're going to start off with rehab profiling, then we're going to move to imagery, and finally we're just going to talk about how to build a relationship with your patient. And then finally we're going to learn how all of these skills can lead to an increased adherence level in your patients. First, I'm going to define what actually is rehab adherence. So this is a person's actions or ability to want to participate in rehab. So this is getting them to come to rehab consistently, this is getting them to participate, and this is also getting them to do their at-home exercises. And we know in a physical therapy clinic that our job is to rehab our patients. But if we can't get them to come or participate or they're in a bad mood, it gets a little more difficult on our end. So the importance of rehab adherence in our setting is the better they adhere, the more proper their healing process is going to be. But more importantly, the better the rehab adherence, the more a person comes and they get to see you and they learn from you, the stronger your patient-PT relationships is going to be. So the big question today that we're going to answer is, how do we improve our patients' adherence? The first mental training skill that I'm going to give to you is rehab profiling. Rehab profiling is used to determine psychological and physical factors that may impact a person's rehab process. So what does this actually measure? So it can measure a person's confidence, their motivation, their pain tolerance, their social support, and many more things. So how is rehab profiling actually used? So throughout the rehab process, it's going to be used 4 times. After the injury, the end of phase 1, the end of phase 2, and when the patient completes their rehab process. On the right, I have an example of the target of what it looks like, and you can see all the different ones as I named before. Over time, a patient's target should become more full. However, the good thing about the target is we can actually see where a patient is lacking. So for example, if they don't fill out social support, they don't have social support at home, their friends don't support them, we will be able to see that and we will be able to accommodate for that better rather than if we don't do this profiling and it just leaves us wondering, why do they not want to get better? Like, why do they not want to come? Like, do they just want to suffer? So the second mental training skill that I'm going to give you is imagery. So imagery is a technique used for patients to imagine themselves completing a task. So there are many different types of imagery that I'm not actually going to talk to you guys about because in our setting, the most important is the rehab process imagery. So this can be used to imagine a patient completing their rehab exercises or adhering to their program or just self-belief that they can actually do these things. So the final mental training step that I'm going to leave you with is more for you guys as physical therapists or physical therapy assistants. And it is relationship building. So some patients tend to dread going to the doctor's office or a therapy session because they think that their doctors are above them and they don't actually care. By asking them daily, like, hey, how was your weekend? Or just being personable, it helps break down that barrier that's been built up between physical therapists and their patients. And when we break down this barrier, it will help increase their willingness to trust your process that you have given them and see that you support them through their recovery as well. The next step would to be open and an active listener. Answer questions as they ask. The more the person understands you and their injury, the more likely they are to adhere to you. Have a conversation. Break the silence. Don't be afraid to ask them how their day was going, or even if they have plans this weekend. The friendlier you are, the more they may open up to you. Answer their questions. If they have questions, answer them. And finally, a lot of people find that therapy is boring and just kind of a waste of time. So if we make it comfortable and accommodate to them, then the more likely that they're going to trust you and open up to you, which will then increase their rehab adherence. So now you're probably wondering, after learning about these 3 skills, how in my clinic does this actually increase a patient's rehab adherence? Well, first, it allows us to better understand each and every person. The rehab profiling, it lets us see each person as an individual rather than just as a whole, somebody who just walks into therapy every day. We know their psychological needs and we get to know them more personally. We understand what they need. Physically, mentally, emotionally. It helps improve their attitudes. A positive attitude has a positive impact on rehab adherence. It also creates a friendly, caring environment. It allows the patients to feel as if the doctor actually does care about them by breaking down that barrier by building relationships. And then finally, it increased the trust in the physical therapist. So the take-home message today is that the more positive alliance between a physical therapist and a patient, the more positive correlation there is with rehab adherence. And there was actually a study done that showed this, and it also showed that it can help improve with pain and treatment satisfaction as well. So with these positive correlations being proven as physical therapists, we should try to build these relationships for the betterment of our patients. And then another study, and this is what I'm going to leave you with, says that adherence to sports injury rehabilitation is dependent on the personality characteristics of athletes operating in conjunction with particular aspects of their rehab settings and the quality of interactions developed between athletes and their therapist. I believe that this is actually true across all populations and not just in athletes. By learning their personality, helping them see and believe that they can do something, and just having that relationship shows that it can actually help increase their rehab adherence. So as physical therapists, we should use these skills for the betterment of our patients.